Alright, welcome back to youtube.com/EvilSqueegee. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. Do not panic, we still exist. You'll notice that Sir not appearing in this film, not Sir Who Shall Not Be Named, those are two different characters, has been replaced. And Sizz, TBC, you'll be playing a wizard, will you? Not a human wizard?
Human wizard, yes, that's correct.
Right. Rather than going through all of the moves and everything, what equipment do you have?
Alrighty, so I have just basics, leather armor, a dagger, one healing potion, my spellbook, of course, and some rations.
Alright, now you get to pick some bonds for each of the characters. What is your name, by the way? I need to address you by your name.
My name is Ryan.
Oh my god, it's Ryan!
Ryan!
Yay!
Is this a character
Ryan.
you know?
You wouldn't know him, but Sarah does.
Okay. Alright, Ryan. What a ridiculous name for a wizard. So Ryan, what are your bonds to each of your party members? The first party member you need to bond with is Bryn, the thief.
Okay, so since I don't actually really know them all that well, I am probably going to do very generic. Very, very generic, as I totally had prepared this.
Paul the wizard.
I prefer...
Fucking kid.
Okay. So, just to start off with the basics, Bryn will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it.
Alright, what about Jonah, the ranger?
Jonah is keeping an important secret from me.
Okay. And what of you're not playing Lux in this game. You are playing, what is your fucking
Carmine.
Carmine. What about Carmine, the fighter / cleric thing? The dude.
The dude.
I am not entirely sure how this will... The Duke. I'm not entirely sure how this will apply this here, but apparently Carmine is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach them all I can.
Naturally,
so these are
the wizard. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't the first time I've had this.
All right.
Yeah.
So, next up, each of you should have unused character bonds. Right? So we're going to use up the ones we haven't used yet from the base class. So, Bryn, what is your bond with Ryan?
I have to find out what the one... Because I had some and then they've changed. So the generic ones have been written over. So let me find in my book here.
I also learned recently when you finish a session, it's you only get you're only supposed to alter or change, or you're only supposed to get experience points for altering or changing one bond. I don't care if the bonds evolve, but you get 1 XP if at least one of your bonds changed.
Okay, yeah. I think we've been using that. Not for every. We haven't gotten XP for every bond.
Oh yeah, the first session I gave out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, but
okay. Well, let's see. I stole something from.
Yep.
So and so, Gorm and I had a con running. Frank knew incriminating details about me, so that leaves Ryan has my back when things go wrong.
All right. Jonah, what's your unused bond?
I'm gonna love this one. Ryan has no respect for nature, so I have no respect for him.
Didn't you use that for Gorm?
No, yours was that you didn't know it, so I would teach you.
Oh.
So the other one is,
And Carmine, who is not Lux.
Mine would be, I'm going to be using is in constant danger, so I will keep them safe.
Okay.
I feel like after we've just saved him from the burning orc plague village, I feel it's appropriate.
Okay, so basically what's going on is the last time we played, the story thus far, the party began in this flaming ruin. It was not a flaming ruin when they started there. They escaped the orc village that was there. They escaped the orc village. Gorm died. His corpse was possessed by Grokthar, or Grikthar, or Grakthar. What the fuck? What did I name him?
I think it was Grokthar.
Fucking all orc names are all the same to me.
Loktar
Like Tarogar, the Orcus of Slaughter. Orcus is a totem of a concept that is unique to the orcs themselves. Otherwise, the peoples of the human empire have like animal totem gods that are localized. So the Orcus of Slaughter possessed the corpse of or not. Well, it's not really a corpse. I mean, you're not technically dead. You're just effectively dead. This was Chris's first character.
I'm mostly dead.
But
I got better.
Chris's first character is stuck inside of his own body while the god controls it and channels through it, and is slaughtering orcs, which you'd think is a good thing, but it ultimately won't be, because this is Dungeon World, and I'm supposed to think dangerous. So...
Think dangerously?
Yeah, it's actually one of the precepts of being the DM is think dangerously. If you're not motherfucking Darkwing Duck behind the GM screen, you are doing it wrong.
I was like... There's something missing from this.
It's a Darkwing Duck reference. You can't go a day without referencing Darkwing Duck. Like,
well, I mean, you can, but they're sad days.
Yeah, you can, but then you suffer from depression. Like, why would you do that? Like, okay, so
even on days that you don't reference Darkwing Duck, you reference Darkwing Duck.
It's true. Because you are thus getting dangerous by not referencing Darkwing Duck.
That's so meta,
isn't it? So you escaped the Orcish village after that went down, and Bryn swore to find a way to free Gorm from his god-driven terror. Also, she sacrificed a bunch of rabbits, and Briar Rabbit, the rabbit totem who owns these woods,
was pissed.
Yeah.
Because somehow sacrificing your followers to a god seems like a reasonable plea for help. I don't know what happened.
Well, this whole mess started because you guys were supposed to kill the rabbits anyways, so mission accomplished. We then went to the other village, and due to a lot of excellent role-playing, I had to cut a bunch of the adventure, and so instead of having this slow build-up of the orcish fever that's spreading through the village, building in intensity and having a couple action scenes, you guys woke up and it was in full blast. The village was on fire, everybody was rabid, turning on each other. You managed to save Rox. Rox, the blacksmith, R-H-O-X, is a badass dual-wielding warrior chick with very special weapons, and a mysterious past, and not enough words to explain it, basically.
Those are my favorite.
Right? And then there were also 4 villagers, one of which turns out to be in the chaos, somebody that everybody has met before, as per your bonds. That'll be Siz's character. The party escaped the absolute chaos and destruction as the village turned on itself with the Bone Grinder fever, with which Rox was infected, but she is of notable constitution. She is a strong soul, and so she has managed to fight it off for now. You guys are seeking a cure for that. You ran into the Briar Forest. Poor Bryn. And that is where we are going to start today.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with you guys making camp, and also I have something fancy for the lot of you.
Oh,
fanciness! Ooh, shiny mat things. I feel like I've seen this before.
You have.
I knew it.
I'm a little confused.
But it's not a cave, so I'm not.
I moved to the right spot, but I realized that I see Carmine twice.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's because there are 2 maps here.
Oh, okay.
I only have movement on Carmine.
Okay, so let's get that shit settled while find out what you need changed. All right. Tell me in the text chat in Roll20.
Okay.
Are we on the right or left map?
Don't tell me yet. We're on the right map. Don't tell me yet because I'm waiting for it to reconnect as a player. So we're gonna start our adventure off as you guys are just running out, and we're gonna strike camp. You guys will have the chance to rest, take assessment of your equipment, and so on.
Okay.
Out of character question, are we going to be setting out from camp, or is this like camp has started?
We'll say that camp is starting.
Okay.
Everybody will mark off a ration for the day.
So it is Paul the Wizard, right? Like we covered that.
No, it's Ryan.
Oh
I
God!
swear to God.
Now no one is gonna remember.
I'm gonna remember. Oh fuck! It seems to. Oh okay. I was like, I forgot.
I was gonna be like, oh fuck, is it Paul?
No, like I thought I forgot my sign in. I don't know my sign in for Roll20 because I just stay logged in. And I was gonna freak the fuck
eternity.
out, like.
Oh no, I have to remember something. What is going on?
Seriously, you don't even know how horrifying that prospect is for me.
All right.
Paul Ryan the Wizard.
Oh,
I didn't make that reference, but now I did.
well,
At least it's not RuPaul the Wizard.
all right.
Oh, RuPaul.
Bryn,
Yep.
you are now controlled by all players. Boom. Carmine, Jonah, I'm giving you vision and control over yourself.
Yay.
Boom. And I am fetching a wizard token for... What are we laughing about now? What is... Jen is giggling.
Kintarius has informed us that it is Pawn Roll.
the sorcerer.
Pawn Roll.
It's
happening!
I have no idea.
Oh.
You wouldn't happen to be an evil wizard, would you, Sis?
What's this to you?
I could be if you really want me to.
No, I have a token called Evil Wizard, that's all. Alright, so you're marking your rations, your camp, you've settled down. There's Villager 1, Villager 2, and Villager 3, whose names I actually know at this point, but
I would like to cast Sanctuary.
Alright, what does that do?
Sanctuary, let's see, as you cast a spell, you walk the perimeter of the area, consecrating it to your deity. As long as you stay within that area, you are alerted whenever someone acts with malice within the sanctuary, including entering it with harmful intent. Anyone who receives healing within the sanctuary also heals plus 1d4 HP.
Alright. This over here with the double-ended sword is rocks, basically.
Meanwhile, I'm casting microwaves on a bowl of cold spaghetti. That's awesome.
Okay, so Jonah, what does it look like when you cast your spell?
He's actually got to walk the perimeter. Let's see, what will he do for...
And you're consecrating it with the power of
Fox.
Yeah, what is Fox's actual name? Like what Fox? Fox what?
I wonder what is Fox's actual name? On the spot.
In the
here,
socks?
Huh?
No. Okay.
Is it like
I'm horrible at names.
Trickster Fox?
Yeah, it's probably a Trickster Fox.
Okay.
So he's probably also leaving some spots behind that you don't want to step in. I mean, what? No.
All right.
Hey, he's got a wolf with him. Let's see. I don't know.
Like Trickster Fox works for me. So you're walking a circle around here, right? Now you're not really a holy man per se. You're just in tune with the power of the totem in your hometown. So basically you just need to leave like a small offering to Fox, like maybe maybe it's dead animals or something, like squirrels or rabbits
like a vole, something.
Yeah,
rabbits.
Probably not a rabbit would be a good idea.
Aren't we in Briar Forest? That sounds like a terrible fucking idea.
No, it's not a rabbit. It's definitely not a rabbit. It's
okay.
It's
so while you're doing that, and everybody will heal an additional 1d4 as we rest tonight, you'll heal by 1/2 your max HP plus 1d4.
I don't think we took any damage.
You might not.
Oh no, everybody else did.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Where's my sheet?
I took
too much shit open.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain Bryn got that shit kicked out of her.
She did.
Yeah, that's why most of our villagers are dead.
But
yeah, the side effects.
You guys actually saved 3 out of 4 units of villagers that I had in my head. Like, you did a really good job of rescuing, so you got 3 villagers total when I was like, you know what? I'm not running a whole fucking crowd of villagers. That's just not gonna happen.
I am up to 16 HP. Wait, let me look in the right spot, shall
Did
I?
do we have all of the villagers with us, or did only some come with us?
The villagers that you rescued, the ones that you could bring with you. You saved villagers and they ran in whatever panic direction. So the ones that stuck with you will be these 3, and they have names, and I'm about to dig them up.
I was just wondering if a lot of the villagers that we saved struck it on their own or something.
A lot of the villagers did, yes. So we have Annabelle. I'm very proud of myself. I used name generators, so I made certain that I didn't use the same fucking names I use in every goddamn game, so they're not all like Jim, Jake, and John. Because I can only come up with goddamn names that have something to do with Jay for some reason.
Jay's a good letter.
Yeah, it is a good letter. I mean, and it's probably anything better than I was going to suggest, which was Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, right? So we've got Annabelle.
Yeah, those are solid names.
And Annabelle is very shy. Then we have this one is this one I'm editing here is this isn't Jagreth. This one is
I thought you were gonna call him Jaguar, and I was just like, that's pretty fucking metal.
This one is Mitch.
That's much less metal.
Mitch, I know, right? Mitch is like the least phased, most apathetic dude you have ever met in your life.
Ever met.
More than Von Rawl.
I probably get along with him then.
And then the last one is Jagreth, and Jagreth is an addict fiending for his next fix.
Oh, damn.
What is he addicted to?
He's going to be addicted to... they call it dragon's blood. You have your doubts as to whether or not it's actually dragon's blood. But generally what you do is you soak a fern in it, roll the fern up, let it dry until it's crispy and flaky, and then you smoke it.
Okay.
And it's an upper. It's an upper, and it attunes you to magic, actually. It'll give you tinglies when magic is happening.
I do like tinglies.
So he's withdrawing. He was already going through withdrawal when the fights broke out. So, and then there is also, did I actually, where the fuck? I don't think I actually gave you a goddamn, what weapon do you use?
Me?
Dagger.
A dagger, okay.
Dagger.
Trying to find a fucking mage that doesn't have a staff, and this is, impossible.
Or it could just be some generic-looking dude with a dagger.
God damn it, Ken.
Please describe your character. Generic dude with dagger.
Like this.
See if I can find a yes, can I have it not be a halfling? That'd be great.
No, only halflings wear daggers.
It's like some people cast runes or bones, and Ken's just over there with Scrabble tiles.
Alright, so who wants to do something else? While we're fuck you, since you get a staff.
I'll pretend it's a dagger.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh wait, no. Wait.
There's a concealed dagger inside of you. You just pull the head off, and it's.
I'm going to be, I'm going to sit down. Where's Bryn, actually?
Nursing her wounds by the fire.
So I'm going to sit down next to Bryn, and start cleaning my hammer. And I'm going to ask her, is there anything about all that you wish you'd handled differently?
Maybe not run into the fray. Ow. Maybe, I was gonna say not ride the wolf, but I think that was a good thing. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna do that again. Wait, what do you mean? Is there something I should have done differently that you saw, or?
No, just asking if you have any regrets.
Well, I got plenty of regrets. About that particular fight, it was a fight. I've been in fights before. I was in a really good one with a bunch of orcs. That was a pretty good fight. That was pretty cool. Pretty glory. It was pretty good. What about you?
I'm just here to watch and learn.
Here, watch. It's not a fucking play.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, apparently, if we're asking you...
Just because something's not a play doesn't mean there's not a lot to be learned.
Yeah.
If you know where to look.
You've been watching me?
You in particular? No.
Oh, good. How come you're cleaning that thing? I thought kind of the point of it was to not clean it.
This, and I'll motion to the blood and crust on it. I'll say, no, this is all memorial.
A memorial to other things that you watched and learned from?
No. This is a memorial to those who've come before.
Those you had a hand in ending? I mean, that hammer doesn't work by itself. And you don't seem like the kind of person to let somebody else touch it.
No, none of this was from something was caused by me.
Really? So is it? I'll like get up on my hands and knees and like look at it closer, not touch it, just like look like a kid, you know, will like look. Mom and Dad say don't touch it, so you just get really close. Yeah, just like that. I'll be like, so how did it happen then? All this
War.
Is it magic?
It is. In many ways. Carries the souls of the departed.
People you care about?
Once upon a time.
I'll pull out the little orc statue. I guess in a way this carries the soul of some that I care about. One in particular. It's also a memorial.
Before this is all done, perhaps we'll get him back.
Chris says with his fingers crossed because it's his player character.
Shut your mouth.
It's gonna come back and like.
That is the plan.
So as Carmine and Bryn are winding down on their conversation, what are you doing, Ryan?
Well, Ryan is actually just on the edge of the clearing here. He's got his dagger out. He's parrying, that's a word, weaving, ducking, you know. Basically insists that his training was enough. His supposedly alert spell didn't go off. Didn't warn him of the incoming raid.
So he's shadowboxing with a knife, basically.
Basically,
he's getting hyped up. He's getting hyped up before he goes to sleep.
Exactly.
I'm doing that circle around the perimeter, right? And just like I've got critter fall, and I just walk by. Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
Okay, so because you guys are striking camp and this is an adventure game, what's the watch order?
I'll take first watch.
All right.
I'll take watch in the darkest part of night, so I think third probably.
Okay.
I'll take second.
I'll take last.
All right. So you're just gonna wake up super early then.
Yes.
All right. Chris, buddy old pal. So the Briar Forest is an enchanted wood. You know this. Everybody knows this. It is the home of It is named for being the home of Briar Rabbit, a very powerful spirit. Most famous is the forest's tendency for the plants to animate and be alive, defending Briar Rabbit and his territory from anything he deems not cool, basically.
Not cool, bro.
There is some serious not cool bro going around here. You see, over the past couple of days, there has been a shitload, a metric fuckload of violence all up in this wood. Briar Rabbit is a fucking rabbit. Violence, not his cup of tea. Now, you, being the cleric of the goddess who teaches that through suffering we change and we grow, understand that whatever it is that is here, Briar Rabbit is going to change and grow. In fact, that's why you came to Kajerton in the first place. So you are taking watch. First watch was Jonah. Jonah, the fireflies here cast very pretty lights, soft blues that you can see flickering as the bugs move between trees in the distance, but nothing of note.
Okay.
But I am going to ask Carmine for a wisdom roll.
Dun, dun, dun. I got a 10.
Okay. So what's going to happen here is that where are you taking your watch, by the way? Like, position your token.
What's the kind of... because I can't really see...
It takes, by the way, does it take an adventuring gear, or is it just a ration to straight camp? I don't know. I'm looking it up. Because you have very minimal vision radiuses right now. If you had a torch or something, you'd be able to see, but that would be an adventuring gear thing.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Oh, you don't have any adventuring gear?
So I'm gonna stand where I am, which is loosely covered by the fire.
Okay. So you will hear a sound behind you. And when you turn, Jagrith is gone. Sleeping, like, the bedroll has been disheveled. It looks like he just got up and left. But that was too fast for a jittering addict going through withdrawals to go anywhere. You passed your checks. You have enough time to wake everybody up if you would like. But other than him being gone... No, wait, just barely off in the darkness. You really wish that the group had, like, set up torches or something, because you'd be able to see much better, but you can see the plants. They're breathing.
Yeah, I'll walk through and I'll kick each one of them awake.
Poor Jonah has just gone to sleep.
Also, including, I'll wake Rocks, too.
Alright. So Rocks, whose name tag is not displaying, because I'm a fool. Like, she kind of, like, grunts and opens an eye and looks at you.
I'm just gonna nod my head in the direction of the plants.
And then she'll look at the plants and just, like, she'll look crestfallen. And then she'll actually go through the rest of the process of waking up and stretching and yanking her swords out of the ground next to her.
So since I'll be kicking, I'll leave the villagers asleep, since they're, aside from the missing one, in a nice little pile.
Yep.
So Jonah will actually be the last one that I end up kicking awake.
I'm assuming you're waking up Ryan as well.
Yeah, he would have been the first one I woke up.
All right. So Carmine has gathered you all around the fire here, which is dim and flickering out slowly, dying. It's cold. The forest is eerily silent.
What's up?
I'm gonna put my hammer on the ground and lean on it and say, seems Briar Rabbit doesn't care for our presence. What do you guys want to do?
How do you know?
I nod over to the plants. And then I nod to the 2 villagers as opposed to the 3 of them.
Oh. Well. We could move on.
If you do, it is a day's journey in any direction, easily before you reach the edge of the wood. So you're in it, one way or the other. But yes.
What are we gonna do? Fight a whole forest? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just go.
Take on the whole forest.
It's not, no.
Do you want to leave the 3rd one then?
Yeah, let's go. Keep on our way.
Interesting.
I didn't catch
just-
what you were saying, Sis.
Interesting. I've never seen a living forest before.
Don't you live in the Briar Forest?
No, I don't live here. I just was traveling through. Then
It's amazing
you
what
were
you'll actually
there.
find out in the world if you pay attention to it.
yes, quite. Yes, and it's amazing what kind of secrets are kept behind said words. So I'll cast the light cantrip on the end of my dagger.
I'm gonna look.
Alright.
I'm gonna look between the 2 of them. I'm gonna say, I mean, there's currently somebody potentially being eaten by vines, but if the 2 of you would like to fight it out, I can each give you a weapon, and you can just settle this.
What does your light cantrip look like? Like, how do
I'm
you
good.
cast it, Sis?
Alright, so basically, I take my dagger out, and I make a cross in the air, and then it's sort of the reality of the where I made the cut.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of shimmers ever so slightly, and then I plunge the dagger in, and it goes in to the hilt. Like the blade disappears completely, and then I pull it out, and the dagger is glowing white.
Alright. It's casting a pretty solid radius as well of light there.
I missed Siz's wizard descriptions. He's so fucking good at that.
He has a talent.
He does.
So Ryan and Jonah are clearly not getting off on the right foot here. Carmine is basically telling them, guys, we have better things to do than deal with your egos.
Yeah.
Bryn is suggesting that we just leave the villager behind to the forest.
Hey, I wasn't saying that we have better things to do. I was just saying we might as well just fight it out. Like, if they're gonna.
I'm actually. Can I ask? I think. Yeah. Critter's trained should track.
Yep.
Can I ask if he's got any hint of which direction the villager disappeared in.
Yeah, Critter will Critter will and then like he'll do that like thing that dogs do, like point with their nose. Like he knows which direction to go looking if you wanted to rescue the villager.
I don't know how far we'd have to go in, but if we want to, I mean, we're all he's got out here. or do we want to just write him off?
Hmm.
Well, Bryn said what she wants to do.
I've said my piece. You guys,
What about you? I was going to call you Paul, I swear to God. Ryan?
Well, all things considered, considering what happened in the village back there, we're the only people that he's got. So he might be of some use to us. So I'd reckon we should probably go save him. If that is at all possible.
thank you, Zigmac.
Jonah? And I look over.
Someone might want to stay with these two.
I'll do that.
All right. So I'm gonna see if Critter actually has a scent to follow. Then I'm gonna start following Critter.
All right. So you want to do? It's a move for rangers, isn't it? To track.
Yeah.
And you
I
get.
believe so.
And if your pet's helping, you get a bonus.
So, at this point, and it's probably worth noting, it's only at this point that Carmine will swing his hammer down and he'll put it right into the dying embers of the fire pit.
Yep.
And as he lifts the hammer, he draws the dying embers into the hammer and he casts light on his own hammer.
All right.
But not until after all of this.
Yeah, I add its cunning to my track roll.
All right. So go ahead and roll that out.
It doesn't say which stat would I roll for tracking though.
Wisdom. Discern the realities.
Well, the rangers have a special move for tracking. I don't know if they use discern realities for it.
Well, the thing is that the track training is the companion move, and the companion's moves aren't listed here.
Let's see. Okay, so hunt and track. When you follow a trail of clues left behind by passing creatures, roll plus wisdom. On a 7+, you follow a creature's trail until there's a significant change in direction or mode of travel. On a 10+, you choose one. Gain a useful bit of information about your quarry. The GM will tell you what, or determine what caused the trail to end. And then the command is when they help you with your track, you add its cunning to your roll.
Yeah, and that would be that, and that's not a good roll at all.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
But that's without the cunning, is it? Or is that...
That's with it.
That's with the cunning?
Yeah.
What's your wisdom?
10.
Oh, okay. So, mark XP.
Whoa!
I'm in the wrong window here. And what we're gonna do is... Where do you guys want rocks, by the way?
I will ask her, do you want to stay here, or do you want to help track?
Rocks will stay with Bryn, I think. She'll, like, you ask her and she'll say, I lived here. And she'll just kind of, like, sit down next to the two sleeping villagers with her swords. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna flip. The party has split up. Son of a bitch! You had to go and make this complicated, didn't you, people? Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not old man balls level of complication yet. All right. It's just I gotta change it up. That's okay. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to describe as you guys are like tracking through. You know what? I also need to have. Let me get a wolf out for you, Jonah.
Yay, wolves. Critter's awesome.
No, not werewolf. Da, 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 da.
I mean, if you want to give me a pet werewolf, we can.
Why is this Pirates of the Caribbean?
Because everything is Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
It's because I didn't know what I was. Control by all players. Name is Critter. Advanced. All players 7, 5, 0, 0. Boom.
God damn it, Ken.
Alright, so you guys are kind of like moving through the forest. As you can see here, I'm going to zoom out on the camera. Special thanks to Zangnak, who helped me develop this map live on stream, actually, last week. This is beautiful. This is why we would pay him the big bucks if we had big bucks.
Yeah.
The forest is fairly well lit for you know, the fireflies that are skittering around. There are glowing blue mushrooms that kind of peek out from inside of the shadows. There's water on the ground, and as you are wandering, following the trail, following Critter with his nose to the ground, sniffing his way through the forest, the trees groan and the leaves rustle as if there was a wind that doesn't exist, and it's as if Briar Rabbit is warning you, and yet you persist, having decided that you will save this villager. Poor Jagrid. He needs to live to suffer through his withdrawal.
We will get him clean, goddammit.
You guys are kind of like maneuvering through the forest, and then there will be a rustling. And then foes you cannot quite make out will be upon you immediately. They're going to get the drop on you because this was off a 6-.
Yeah.
Don't forget to mark your XP, Jonah.
Yeah, I did.
So you guys are getting ambushed by something you can't quite make out from the darkness. Meanwhile, Bryn, your lighting situation is not quite as good, is it?
This fire sucks.
Mostly because Carmine may have stolen the fire for his hammer.
Listen, you made your choice. I'm just.
Do you have any adventuring gear to use?
Yeah,
to, like,
I do.
I will
stoke
light the fire.
Yeah. Can I maybe defy danger a little bit instead and gather some kindling rather than use an adventuring gear to stoke the fire?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Roll me defy danger based on dex, because you know the forest is dangerous.
Okay.
And you want to go unnoticed.
All right. Defy danger based on dex. Here we go. Oh, sweet.
All right. So here's what's gonna happen: is that you are gonna be. Let's put you like way the fuck over here.
All right. I'll tell Rox what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We'll get some leaves and stuff.
And what's gonna happen is that on your way back, you're gonna be like right here.
All right.
You have gone unnoticed, but Rox is not in a good spot. But to find out what's happening to both halves of the party, you assholes splitting up, you're gonna have to stick around for 3 to 5 minutes because we're taking our slightly delayed top of the hour as the action really gets started. Do not touch that dial. Welcome back. If you're still watching the YouTube, thank you for sticking through the ad break. I appreciate your support. Hope you enjoy the show. Let's get to this. So, we're going to start with Carmine and Jonah and Ryan. Fucking Ryan. And we're doing this because whoo, excuse me. We're doing this because it's they're the ones who get ambushed outright, but Bryn, where you are, you actually get to see them. So I'm gonna do the big reveal with them for narrative purpose, and we'll come over to you in a second. So you guys got ambushed, so I get to go here.
No.
Bring it on.
Oh my god, the camouflage is so strong. Where the hell is the other? There it is.
That moment when you lose your own token.
Yeah, cause it was this fucking twig bitch in a tree, and I couldn't fucking see him. All right, so what's gonna happen here is, Jonah, you are the one who is tracking. You are the means by which the party will eventually access this villager. Briar Rabbit will have none of your interference with his justice.
Okay.
You are the one who set up a protective circle.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have gone off if the bad guy hadn't already been in there. Because it was a plant. Briar Rabbit's will infests the plants of the wood, and you are being attacked by a smallish humanoid made of like twisting vines and leaves and thorns where claws should be, right? And they unleash this like insectoid chittering sound as they literally drop from the trees, and before you can react, they are already on top of you. This enemy, I need to check to see exactly what moves I have to bring to bear here. Alright, so you are being attacked on two sides. One is like this animated pile of sticks, and the other one of these vines. And so, what are you gonna do about the fact that they just came flying out of fucking nowhere? They're already in dangerous range. Right. What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna have to whip out my short sword.
Alright, you're just gonna fight them off in melee?
Yeah.
Alright.
Hack and slash.
Yep. Well, first you gotta tell me how you're attacking them. Because, technically speaking, not every attack is going to be a hack and slash. Sometimes you don't even get to roll.
Okay.
Because the moves and the rules actually trigger off the descriptions.
Okay,
So you spin around with your short sword, and what do? Are you just gonna, like, try and cut one, or...?
Cut one. Like, you said that, like, they're on me, so, like, how close? Like, are they this...
They're at close range. They're at the appropriate range for your sword. However, because one of them is the vines, I'm going to say that in order to completely swing this out, you're risking getting grappled, right? So you have to just not only can you do sweep it, you have to like duck and weave around like these plant tentacles that are like bursting out of this thing to try and grab you. So I'm going to need to defy danger, probably based on dex, as you're like, what the fuck? And then if you pass that check, you'll be able to swing.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do dex roll right about here. 8.
An
for defy
8.
Danger.
All right. So I learned something recently in the rules. You're not supposed to be able to be the one who chooses a hard choice, a worse outcome, or whatever.
You
right?
choose.
I choose, because that way you never know what thing. You just know what happened. So we're going to be doing that from here on out. So you come around. I will give you 2 choices here. Okay? You can swing, and you're going to take damage and be grappled by the vines, crushing you. Or you can actually let go of the sword. Because what happens as you go to slash, right, you fail to duck out of the way, and the vines are going to wrap around your sword hand, and they're going to try and yank the sword out. Now, if you yank your arm forward, you're going to take all kinds of like briar, thorn damage and shit, but you'll keep your sword, and I'll let you make a hack and slash roll to make that attack. But you can also let go of the sword and escape scot-free.
I will let go of the sword.
All right, so you let go of the sword, and now this briar plant thing has your sword, and the sword will just like get absorbed into the writhing vines and leaves, like it's just gone.
Cheeky.
So with Jonah, what are Carmine? What are you doing? There's 2 on Jonah. There's also one coming up behind Ryan.
I roughly know that Ryan's a wizard, right?
Yeah. What is your bonds with each other?
Mine is Ryan is in constant danger, so I will keep him safe. So I am going to charge the one coming up behind Ryan, and I was going to call him Paul again. I'm going to charge the one coming up behind Ryan. I'm going to say, "Is this your answer, Briar Rabbit?" I'm going to slam the fucking twig bitch.
All right.
With a hammer.
They were not. This one, you are running at it. And you've got a giant hammer. What are the tags on that thing?
Messy, forceful, and damaging.
Is it close?
Yes.
All right. This thing was not already, like, in the danger zone for you. You're closing into it, so I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to say that you need to, like, avoid anything. Just straight up roll me the hack and slash. You're coming down, just like you're playing whack-a-mole. Is that what this hammer does? What's the hammer's name, by the way?
Gabriel.
All right, so Gabriel is going to come crushing down on the vines.
Gabriel is an androgynous name, right? I'm not messing that up, or is that strictly male?
I don't know.
I'm fairly certain it is. Yeah.
In what decade?
I mean, there's a lot of Gabriels.
That's fair. 'Cause I just wanted to
Gabriella is the female version.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But you want an androgynous name?
Yeah.
Gab.
Not Gav. It's a terrible name.
Jamie,
Fizz.
Morgan, Taylor, Tracy, Jordan, Hayden.
Call his Mace Tracy.
Tracy's the only real character.
Okay, so Ashley, these are masculine names which have been widely given to females and thus become unisex. Include Ashley, Aubrey, Beverly, Carol, Evelyn, Francis, Hillary, Joycelyn, Joyce, Kelly, Leslie, Logan, Lynn, Meredith, Robin, Shannon, Shirley, Sydney, Stacy, Vivian, Whitney.
I'll go with Joyce. That one sounds decent. No, I'm not calling my hammer Aubrey. Actually, no.
Well,
I'll
you can
go
take
with
Aubrey
Robin.
or Tracy. You could just swing my character box at people like.
No, I'll go with Robin. I like Robin.
All right, so you bring Robin down. Let me see the hack and slash roll. All right, so you're going to deal your damage, but you also expose yourself to an attack.
That's okay.
And the attack you're going to expose yourself to.
What?
So,
What?
The vines, like a bunch of the plant matter in the one that you're attacking is going to jump out of the plant that it's in and form up another one that's gonna make an attack. And
There we go. I got it eventually.
110?
I don't put it as 1D whatever.
One.
That's apparently on the sheet it has to just be D10. Just put D10. That's it. Also, don't put 10 because then you end up with 100.
Okay, so you're going to subtract your armor from this damage here that I'm rolling, but treat your armor as if it is one lower.
Okay.
Because they have one armor piercing, so they will ignore 1 point of armor. So as you bring the hammer down, roll me damage.
I did.
Okay, so it's 4 damage.
No, it's 4 plus 7. It's 11.
Okay, it's 11 damage.
Plus 2, so 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay, so so you bring Robin down, right? And the ground shakes beneath your hammer. And like it releases like this blood. You know how like in like with black magic you have like the black veins that spread out for a moment, but this is like the blood veins, and there is a distinct scent on the air. Carmine, what was her favorite perfume?
We'll go with Jasmine.
All right, so like the scent of jasmine on the air just for a second as like blood spills out in veins across the ground, and the vine will split. So like a bunch of vines actually like, and they pop up into a smaller one, and those vines come around the back of your head with like whips with vines and thorns. But your helmet, no, not your helmet, the staff of your hammer will get in the way because I don't think you take any damage. You have 2 armor, right?
Yeah, I do.
So with 1 armor piercing, you take no damage, right? Yeah, but it has split into another plant.
Okay.
So you are now back to back. Now, Ryan. Carmine's got your back. What do?
Well,
Both Carmine and Jonah are fighting 2 of these things.
well, Jonah looks like he's in a spot of trouble over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off towards Jonah, but just before I reach him, I cast Magic Weapon.
Okay. How does that look?
All right, so
Well, actually, let's
basically-
find out what happens first. Roll me to cast your spell, and then we'll describe it.
Yeah, I've got to do that.
And then as soon as everybody's had a moment to declare what they're doing here, we'll flip over to Bryn, and you'll have seen enough hentai to know where this is going, basically. Okay, so on an 7 to 9 for spellcasting, you have 3 choices. Which would you like? I think one of them is to take a penalty to all your spellcasting as your spellcasting is disrupted, so you take ongoing penalty. Or you can lose the spell, or you can draw unwanted attention.
I would prefer the unwanted attention.
It's the best choice on the list. I mean, really.
This is either lose a spell. Like, really? I don't want to lose a spell. God.
Right. All right. So your spell will thus go off. What does it look like?
Alrighty. Okay, so I take the dagger out. Oh, I'm already holding the dagger, I should say. I slowly caress my hand across the front of the blade, like that.
Like this, okay.
And it begins to shimmer purple and red.
Mm-hmm.
It emanates from the dagger. And with a small thrust, I push it into the, thrust it forward. The blade disappears.
Mm-hmm.
And the hilt is just sitting there. And I whisper into the hilt, I call upon the spirits of the beyond to imbue this mundane blade with the power of Eld, so that it might sing in the blood of my foes. Then I pull the dagger out. Like, shing!
Yep.
And it's glowing with sickly red light. And as I move it, the walls of reality seem to repel from it.
All right. That was you calling the power of what?
Eld. Old past. The power of the past. But Eld.
All right. I'm taking notes because that shit, like, your wizard descriptions in Dungeon World are like, all the world build is being done for me. Woo! Like, I just gotta remember that shit. All right. So you cast your magic weapon and you're charging in.
Yes.
All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over to Bryn. After the GM actually gets the monster token ready. All right, so Bryn, you are just like bringing in the firewood. You know, goddamn Carmine taking the fire with him on his hand. We're like, who does that anyways, right? But as you're approaching, before you actually reach the fire,
Okay.
you're gonna see two things happening. One, Rox is tangled. Like, she's fully grappled by one of these vine creatures, right? Meanwhile, as she's, like, wrestling and trying to grab for her sword and trying to punch the thing, tearing it off of herself, there's a twig, like a twig elemental, right? And it is literally just up and walking off with Mitch in his hand. Now, Mitch is awake, right? But Mitch does not know how to feel feelings, and so Mitch is being carried away, and he's like, oh god, where are we going? Just like he's completely nonplussed by this whole... But he's being, like, walked off into the shadows by this twig. So you can either help Rox, or you can help Mitch.
I help Rox.
All right.
She really doesn't give a shit.
We really don't like these villagers. All right.
I just don't care. She just does not care.
All right, so how do you want to help
She
Rox?
also knows that Rox is going to be a much better help to try to save Mitch. That Mitch is going to be a help to try to save Rox.
It's true.
So what do I see when I look at the vine creature that's got her in its clutches?
Okay, it would normally be a bipedal shape that the vines have twisted and knotted themselves into, except for when it extends, it just like abandons the top body shape, and it just like, and it's just like all kinds of yes, Chris, exactly
Get
like all
over
of that
here.
anime you watched. Yeah, like it's.
That was so long.
It's the vine equivalent of my entire upper body is a giant mouth clump, like.
Okay. I will. I'm going to run up to the fire. There are embers. Are there embers or are there flames?
There's barely
The small
embers
ones.
left. There's no
There's
flames.
barely embers. Okay. Then I'm going to throw a throwing dagger at like whatever its foot part would be and try to pin it to the ground.
All right.
Is that even possible? It's maybe a stretch.
Okay, the answer is yes, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
However, the way Dungeon World does difficulty,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to enable yourself to do this. Like, you're gonna have to think of how, like, you're gonna throw it, you wanna stick the dagger in the embers and then throw it at the...
No. The embers, I'm bypassing
you tossed that
plan.
idea, right.
Yeah, I was
You
going
just
to set it
wanna-
on fire, but yeah.
You want to throw a dagger at the vines, okay?
Mm-hmm.
More difficult tasks, you don't roll to find out if you succeed. You roll to find out what happens. And more difficult or more dangerous means worse consequences.
Okay.
So you are free to try that. I'm going to rule that in this case, you're going to roll me volley. And on a 7 and 9, I might incorporate some of the stuff from, like, Defy Danger or whatever.
Volley's based on dex, right?
Yes. Volley is your ranged...
Oh, shit.
Oh, no!
What did I roll?
You rolled a 6!
Yeah, but that's just... What the hell kind of fucking math is that? Is my question.
Oh my god, look at that tooltip. You rolled a 2 and a 2.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. 2 2 and 2 plus 2. Yes.
Yeah, the sheet is calculating your modifier off of your actual number instead of just having like a memorized table. Basically, that's why that looks so fucking weird. And because Dungeon World doesn't use the same modifiers as D&D, the math isn't as simple.
Right.
So you're gonna get. This is not gonna go well for you at all.
XP.
Mark 1 XP.
Yay.
And what's gonna happen is your dagger is actually going. It's gonna plunk. And the vines will, like, open up around it, so it hits the ground, it pins nothing. And you're gonna get... Mitch is gonna be gone.
Okay.
Right? But you didn't care about that. Mitch is gonna be out of here. But sneaking up behind you... You're gonna take, You're going to take 8 minus your armor, but I'm piercing 1 point of your armor. And what's going to happen is as you're throwing, right? It turns out that you thought you had the drop on them. But there was a plant forming up behind you as you were aiming that shot. You throw the dagger, it doesn't land, Mitch is gone, and suddenly there are these sharp sticks, like literally piercing through your leg behind you, right?
All right. And I take 8 points of damage, and there was something else. What else?
It's 8 points of damage, but your armor is subtracted from damage you take.
Okay.
I, however, ignore 1 point of armor because I have armor piercing 1.
All right, I only have 1.
All right, so you're just going to take 8 damage.
So take 8 damage.
How are you feeling, by the way?
I have 12 out of 27.
Okay, you are not doing so hot. All right, so then we're going to whip around. Do you have any immediate response to that?
I will...
Do you want the chance to think?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so we'll flip over here.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. I had thought of something. I just forgot that I thought of it.
The stream is getting the best view as I'm
so
like
sorry.
yanking the camera back and forth. All right, so go ahead.
Golden root poison applied to this creature's face part.
I think they have to ingest it. Let me double check.
It's applied.
Yeah, I know. Where the fuck is the rogue? Double check. Normally in Dungeon World, I'm not usually a stickler for the rules. But I want to make certain that I actually understand how it's supposed to be done before I move forward. Let's see. Blah, blah,
yeah, there's
blah,
2
blah,
types, applied and touch.
Okay. What does apply mean?
You have to carefully... Okay, note that some poisons are applied, meaning you have to carefully apply it to the target or something they eat or drink. Or something they eat or drink.
Okay, so I'm going to say smearing it on his face doesn't count as a careful application.
Okay, then I want... all right, I mean, I guess I'll just waste a poison then?
No, you like I'm telling you as the GM. Like,
okay, then
so your character can take that into account before she makes that choice. Yeah.
Okay, then I won't. Yeah. Alrighty then. That's all my only response.
All right, so we'll flip over here while you're getting stabbed from behind.
What does Rox do? Anything?
Rox is currently struggling.
Okay.
You failed to break her out, so she's still tearing. Okay. So we're gonna come over here now. We're gonna focus on. Carmine, you've got, like, there are 2 of them now. Meanwhile, Ryan, you're moving it with Jonah. Jonah, you've got 2, but you've also got Critter.
Yeah. So
let's handle Jonah and Ryan, and then we'll move over to see what Carmine is doing, because something that's going over here might change what Carmine's plans are anyways. Jonah, you've, like, the wizard is coming in with, like, this glowing dagger, like, the flares of magic around him, right? As he's moving in, despite your earlier dispute. I mean, he might be gunning for you, you don't know.
Right,
but you're assuming that he's got the glowing hot dagger so he can cut through the vines and the twigs.
It is worth mentioning that my weapon is
I'm
magic.
after you, Jonah.
So, what are you guys doing? What's going on in this scene?
Because I just lost the sword and I hear him coming. I look back over my shoulder. I'm actually gonna hop back because I want to draw my bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna let basically him pass me. That's what I'm like.
All right, we're gonna hide behind the wizard.
Well, yeah.
And
but I am also gonna order command Critter to attack.
You can, by the way, like you're drawing your bow and you're pulling back. You can just fucking shoot.
Yeah, it's
like there's nothing saying you can't shoot. That's not a separate action.
Yeah, my plan is basically hop back to get better bow range to not be like shooting something point blank.
All right,
give him room to move and tell Critter to also help.
You're basically going to put yourself back to back with Carmine.
Yeah.
All right. So you jump back, and which of the are you attacking? The vines or the twigs?
I'm gonna go for the vines because the vines have definitely been a bigger threat.
All right,
to me
roll me
now.
a volley. That'll be plus dex. And your critter will be added to the damage here if you hit.
10.
All right, you straight up deal damage. You don't even have to like put yourself in a dangerous position or anything. Go ahead and roll me your damage plus critter.
Okay, so damage is going to be this. Critter's ferocity is on this page and not that page because it can't be on the same page. +1, so 8.
All right. So you go and you land your bow shot, right? And so Ryan, Jonah is basically he's ducking out as you're coming in with the glowing dagger, but rather than just leaving you alone, you're moving in. You can't take your focus off of the entities in front of you, right? Which you're starting to realize because you're the wizard. Like these aren't actual creatures so much as they're actual vines and twigs that are being animated by some other force, right? Nonetheless, tearing them apart will prevent them from being animatable as much, right? If they have no legs, they can't walk. If there's no more vines left, then they can't be animated.
They can't do stuff yet.
And as you're moving in, Jonah's arrow will fly right past your shoulder and then plug directly between where the eyes would be.
Oh,
and
darn. I missed.
As Jonah's arrow plugs into this vine thing's head, it snaps back, and then Critter comes in at the ankles, and it's gonna knock this motherfucker over. As this like arrow to the head, and then from behind just boom, boom, and there's this rattle of metal as that vine creature hits the forest floor. What do you do?
All right, so the one that just fell on the floor. There's two there. So there's one on the left. Is it the one that's on the right there? One that they attacked, so the one on the left.
Yeah.
So I am going to take off after that one and basically take a flying leap
Yep.
at it and attack it in melee range with my magic dagger.
Alright, give me a hack and slash.
Do.
Normally I might charge you, but again, it's currently being like torn apart by an angry wolf, so it's not like it's going to be defending itself against you. An 8 on strength. Alright, let's You're gonna take 7. I have 1 armor piercing. I'm just gonna go straight with damage here and not be too picky about the consequence. But you're gonna come in and you're gonna deal damage. Go ahead.
Okay, and that's 2d4 now because I've got a magic weapon. And apparently 26.
You did not roll 26 damage on 2d4. Like that's not how that works.
What?
Just put D4 in the damage
You have to
box.
put D4. Yeah, D4, not 4. So I need to put D8.
I've got D4. That's right. I'm just going to do it this way because...
Why does it have... No, because it's saying 11 D4.
11 D4.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got the 11 from. What the heck?
I don't know where... The box is empty, so...
Can we play a game where the sheet decides how many dice we roll and we just have to deal with it?
Alright, so Ryan, you come down with the dagger, boom, and you drive your magical blade through the heart of the vine creature, right? And it will like shudder, and you will hear like the subtle, like the subtle irritated growling of a rabbit on the air. You chose unwanted attention. You're just now starting to realize what that was.
Yes, I
So
know.
it'll like, but the vines will like and just fall apart and cease animating, leaving Jonah's sword on the ground behind them. In the meanwhile, as you do that, the twigs will just like haul off and just bam with a knotted piece of wood just like right across your face like a club, crack, and you'll stumble back. Carmine, what are you doing?
So his died with the magic weapon?
Yeah, he killed it.
Okay, I was mostly wondering because my weapon was also magical.
Yes.
Okay. Would it be fair if I have rations?
Okay.
Would it be possible to have alcohol as part of the rations?
If you want to spend a point of rations,
I
sure.
will gladly do so. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out a bottle of we'll go with whiskey because it seems appropriate. I'll pull out a bottle of whiskey with my one hand that's free and not hammered, And I will uncork it with my teeth and pour it along the larger hammer.
Yep.
And then I'm going to pull out the smaller hammer, and I'm going to scrape the larger hammer over the smaller one to create sparks.
Okay, so you're gonna like to do this. You're gonna have to be doing this while they're trying to attack you. So how are you avoiding the attacks while you grab, cork, slash, and then spark?
I mean, can I defy danger based on Constitution?
Yeah, called toughing it out. That's like it's if your response to the threat is just fuck it, I'm gonna tank it, then roll me defy danger based on con. That is actually like one of the core uses of the move. You can always just say I'm gonna not give a fuck, which you don't. All right. So this whole time, like, these vines are like slithering around you. They're like crawling up your legs and your arms, and you're starting to have to like really work as you're pouring the alcohol. Like your muscles are being strained, and then you reach down to your hip and you pull the smaller hammer that you keep at your side, and you just. And your whole hammer will just light up in this giant ball of fire, because this is a goddamn maul that you've got.
Yeah.
It's a big two-handed weapon, right? So I'm assuming you put your hammer back down at your hip.
Yeah.
And as you do that, the vines will like shriek and pull away back and reform off of you in fear.
And because I assume I can't attack this round with doing all of that.
Well, okay, so Dungeon World doesn't really have rounds. But if that was your next plan of action, I'll let you swing. That's cool.
Yeah, I will. I
right.
will take a swing off.
Roll me hack and slash.
I'm
not even going to ask you for damage. So you come in, this time you come in with a sideways swing, like, boom, and you're going to hit both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so you're just going to, and the vines will light up and then crumble, and the next set of vines will light up and crumble as you leave this huge arc of fire where you're swinging this massive fucking hammer through the air, like, and you will take both of them out. You could not have not done the damage to kill that, and with the bonus dice, I'm just gonna let it, just to speed things up. I'll just let you. What do you do? Anything?
Yeah, I swing the hammer so it's back on my shoulder, still on fire, and I finish drinking the rest of the bottle.
Roll me defy danger. Con.
Oh yeah.
Do it.
If I fail this roll, I am so okay. So okay with failing that roll.
Okay, so
Take your XP.
1, take your XP. 2, you are now intoxicated. 3, glug glug glug, spill. Oh God!
It's okay,
I have
my
a
face
flaming
is on fire.
hammer on my shoulder, and I am now wet with alcohol. So while Carmine goes up in flames, we're gonna flash over here to Bryn.
All right.
You've got
So-
a Styx golem right behind you, and there's a vine golem tangling with rocks.
Okay. Now, this move. I mean, this move kind of already took place. I guess I did take the damage. I have. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Never mind. It's already over. I have shoot first, which I forgot that I took last week when I leveled up, which allows me to, when an enemy get the drop on you, you get to act first instead. But we can just say whoops and move on.
Oh no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I will draw my rapier and just try to do damage to the thing. Like I feel like I'm trapped. I've got vines buried in my leg. You know, there's not a lot I can do until I get out of the situation. So I'm gonna like whip my rapier out and like try to twist my body around and hack through the middle of the thing.
To like try and cut yourself free.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me hack and slash.
That's based on strength, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Nice.
Would you like to roll damage and roll extra damage in exchange for taking?
How much extra damage?
It's 1d6 extra damage.
Yeah, I'll take extra damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll me damage.
That is 1d8 for my fuck.
All right, looks like you took a d6.
And there's my d6. What the hell?
Wow, I was gonna let you cut it down, but
Fuck's sake.
So you're gonna deal. You're gonna wound it enough to escape it. Right?
I was gonna say, did I at least get myself disentangled?
Yeah. Because a 7 and 9 is still basically a success for you for what you were looking for, right? So you come through with a rapier and you will cut it out and you will go for another like quick dexterous slash with your sword, but the twig golem will actually pull out. Well, that's you.
Yeah, I don't see a twig golem.
So the twig golem will like duck out of range and kind of like scuttle into the darkness. Meanwhile, I'm going to take that attack you exposed yourself, and I'm going to make that a consequence for poor Rox, who's been distracted. Like, you've been dealing with shit this whole time. So, so Rox is starting to, like, choke and punch the ground with her fist in fury. What do you do?
Now that I have disentangled myself, I will run over to attack the other golem.
I see you've placed yourself on top of the tent. Are you doing some, like, awesome halfling dexterous?
Yeah, totally I am. Fuck yeah.
All right, so you come, like, darting through the darkness of the woods, and you're gonna, like, kick up off the ground, and you're gonna land, like, on the fucking tent pole peg, right? And you're gonna look down, and you're gonna come fucking dropping down on top of this fucking vine. Roll me a hack and slash.
Damn it.
All right, so you go to drop down, and what's gonna happen is
I cannot help her no matter what I try to do.
every time I try to help her,
no.
So what's gonna happen is you're gonna like drop down and get caught up in the vines, and you're gonna get, there's no damage in it for you, but you're stuck, and now both you and her are like tearing vines off of yourself. She's getting pissed and turning blue in the face, and then her eyes start turning green.
Oh, interesting.
No, that's not interesting. That's not interesting.
She's got the half-orc virus.
Oh.
So we're gonna flip the camera over here.
Fuck.
On that note, to Ryan and Jonah and Carmine.
Are there still more twigs?
There is one twig beast left.
Then, as I am on fire, I have only one thing I can do.
Bear hug the twig.
I am fucking bull rushing the shit out of that twig.
All right, so Carmine, you will take 1d4 bonus damage for being on fire. This ignores your armor.
Damn it!
However, if you can defy the danger somehow of the twig trying to stab you as you come in, you will thus be otherwise scot-free in bear hugging and crushing this thing with fiery death hug.
Then I'm going to defy danger based on strength and hoping to basically crush any branches and stuff.
Okay, roll it.
With my body.
Break yourself.
All right, so you succeed in doing so, but there's a negative consequence somehow. So you have two options here. Okay, so you're running in and you're gonna grab this thing, and the twig's like, right?
Oh, it's gonna porcupine me.
And so you can crush in, like, you come in with your arms, and it throws its arms out, right? And you're gonna win this contest as you crush, but it can, like, twig out and, like, porcupine spines. If you continue to do this, you will take damage as if it had struck you, but you will kill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, not only am I gonna do this, I'm gonna look into its eyes, and I'm gonna grit my teeth, and I'm gonna say, "In the name of the goddess!" And I will crush it to death.
The Carmine I knew used to be a bit more sane.
You will crush it, drop, roll around. That'll put the fire out on you, right? And you're going to take a total of 8 damage this round, because the thing's going to hit your 5. That is reduced by your armor, but I have 1 piercing.
Okay, so I take 4.
Okay. So Carmine will finally put himself out, taking advantage of the suffering that he is experiencing to evoke the goddess as he crushes this thing. And then we're going to flip over here to Bryn and Rox. What do you do, Bryn?
I'm gonna try.
How do you survive this?
The answer is don't stop for a drink.
Don't stop believing.
I'm gonna. She's got the virus. I'm gonna try
I
to.
just want you to know, helping her right now could be knocking her out.
No, helping her right now could be giving her golden root poison.
Is that what you want to do?
She's choking, right? She's got her mouth open.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Yep. Golden root poison in
Right
the
down
mouth.
the throat.
Right in the mouth.
Roll me Defy Danger based on Dex, because you're all like tangled up in vines and stuff.
Dick.
I'm gonna kill this rogue. I'm gonna drop this rogue off a cliff.
On a
I got a
7 to 9, you can
I
do
succeed
this.
on it. Yeah.
However, you can you shove it down her throat. Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Giggity.
going to notice you as her charm target, right? And if you don't do something right away, she will also berserk and succumb to the virus.
Yeah, I knock her out
All right.
so that she can't do anything.
Yeah, roll me Defy Danger based on strength. She just fucking BAP!
Oh, phew.
All right, so you're gonna take damage from the vines as you're doing this. Oh, you are not looking good right now.
I just wanted to be said that I've taken less damage after setting myself on fire and then crushing one of these things to death with my bare
The
arms.
dice just don't like Sarah this game.
I
No, but
have
she's
4
leveling
hit
up
points.
super quickly.
How low are you?
4 out of 27.
Ooh, not good. All right, so but you will manage to shove the golden root poison. She will
I'm
notice
still only
you.
level 2, by the way.
So she'll notice you, right? And you can see the golden swirl in her eyes as the poison takes place, and that will buy you just enough time, right? As she becomes under the influence, so the berserking is like delayed a second. to just
Raper
fucking-
heal right
Bam!
to the dome. Yep.
Yep, just boo. But you are still caught up in this vine.
And then I'm attacking the vine
All
to
right,
get
roll
it
me,
off her.
Roll me hack and slash. If you pass this, I will let you just off the motherfucker.
And that was the last. Maybe I don't have to kill the rogue. Maybe the rogue will kill herself.
Is this villager no help at all?
Annabelle is freaked out.
Yeah,
she is
I
absolutely no
hate
help.
villagers.
I was right to let them go! Alright, so die roll time, alright? If you drop to 0, it's last breath time. But you don't.
Ooh.
The vines are like tearing at your flesh with the thorns, right?
Wait, so what was that 8 points? Was that from before?
Yes.
Oh, well then
No. When I rolled that 8 and I said you take 8, then you said I
Yeah.
only have so many. That was fine. You took that as the downside for your 7 and 9 when you were doing
okay.
the whole thing. Like in wrestling around, you took like you were
Gotcha.
getting cut and
Okay.
stuff by the vines.
Yeah, I have 2 points left.
You have 2 points left. All right. What do you do? How are you gonna get out of this?
Am I tangled still? Can I get away?
You can try and get out of being tangled, like kind of like slither out of the thing's grip.
Yeah.
All right, roll me Defy Danger based on Dex.
You've got to be fucking
Oh
kidding me.
no!
How far away are we from this?
You have a 10% chance of surviving this, Sarah. Not counting surviving on the last breath.
Oh.
No good.
-1. Or
Roll
wait.
me. Yeah, you stop at
1,
0.
0,
Like,
yeah. Okay,
okay, so roll me your last breath.
What die is that? 2d6?
2d6 plus nothing.
2d6 plus nothing. I have an 8.
And on a 7 to 9, death offers
You get
a
to make a
deal.
deal.
You get to make a deal with the devil. All right, so Bryn, you can refuse this and die. By the way. That's-
I have to save Gorm! I have to save Gorm.
So as you are like being choked to death by these vines, right? You're gonna finally hit the ground, and your eyes won't even close as your last breath leaves your body. And then like everything will fall silent. Everything will fall still. The fire is frozen mid-flicker. All of the color in the world is gone. There is nothing but a chilling breeze and a fog that rapidly builds up like dry ice on the ground. And there you see the flowing robes just at the ankles, like the black flowing robes, and you look up, and there is no figure inside of the robes, but it holds a scythe. and behind him manifest the great black gates made of onyx. And he looks down at you and he says, Bryn, so soon? And he will, like, he'll take his scythe and just cut the vines loose, and you'll drop to the ground.
Well, wasn't part of the plan.
He says, you have caused a great many orcs to turn on their own in recent days. A steady stream of souls have
I was gonna say, that's a lot of food for you, isn't it?
coming my way. There is one, however, who eludes his fate. Stubborn. I will not tolerate insolence. Gorm,
I think
Bonebreaker.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I knew which one you're talking about. Wait. You want him?
Grokthar, the Orcus of Slaughter, currently holds his soul within his body, denying me my due. I will not take insolence from a mere insignificant totem.
Sure, that makes sense. How about this? How much more is Grokthar worth to you than Gorm?
I want Gorm.
Oh, why?
You get me Gorm, you walk free. Gorm is dead to the world. The Orcus holds him out of spite.
The only reason I'm doing any of this is to get Gorm back for myself. Like, that's why I'm here now. And you want me to go back and finish that just so that I can lose him again.
Consider it freeing him from the Orcus grip. Or cling to your puny mortal honor and come with me.
Honor? Do you know who I am? Okay, I'll do it.
See you on the other side, Bryn. I'm assuming you meant you'll do it. You'll bring Gorm Bonebreaker to death.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll snap his bony fingers and you will drop to the ground, gasping and panting for air as the vine is like shuddering and giving its death rattles underneath. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, top of the hour.
I want you to know I'm forming a plan for multiple characters at this moment.
Welcome back to twitch.tv/EvilSqueegee and youtube.com/EvilSqueegee. I'm EvilSqueegee MDM. We just finished an encounter and we're moving towards the end of the adventure. In recap, while we were missing, Andreas bought Kajer a crit for having a face.
Also brain damage.
So, you guys have torn apart what meager assault Briar Rabbit has thrown in your path of trying to rescue this villager. Bryn, it's a good thing that you stayed behind to protect the villagers, because you have saved Rox from going berserk and giving in to the virus that has been eating at her willpower ever since that night in Kajerton. However, you died in the process. Death, however, figured you were more useful alive. He struck a deal with you. You have to send him Gorm's soul. You can still save him from Orcus, but he has to die. If you don't, your soul will be forfeit. So at the very least, you've managed to lie to death to buy some time. Annabelle is fucking horrified she's the daughter of like a tradesman, of like a merchant, like a small. She doesn't have the hard hands of a villager who's had to do work, right? At most, she had to like sit behind the counter at the bar and wash the occasional glass. She's good looking. She's obviously intelligent, right? But she has the like the willpower of a gnat. And is just like staring horrified. Keep in mind, she grew up in Kajerton. She revered the
money
that
shot.
was a donation from Andreas. $5 at this goblin and an orc mage in a stone golem armor. What do you do? Taylor Swift, that's the brand damage talking. A crit to evil of the monsters. In Dungeon World, the DM can't. So you're gonna have to pick something else. Because Dungeon World, I never roll any dice. You gotta hit the players. You can give a botch to somebody.
I will also accept more face crits.
Now, the idea here is, she reveres the wood itself as a god, basically. And here she is, inside of the sacred place where she was never allowed to go, and the gods are furious, and she is losing her shit. But she's otherwise fine. And you screamed for Carmine, was where we left off. So, Carmine... you hear the screaming voice of Bryn echoing over the wood.
I'm going to look over at Jonah, and I'm going to ask if he can handle this.
I am, but before I head in that direction, because I hear all this going on, right? Rabbit, I know you're out there. I know you're listening. We're gonna gather our people, and we're gonna go without any further impediment, or we're gonna see who could do more damage quicker.
Wow, we're all dead.
We're all gonna die.
Did you just challenge the forest god?
Yeah, he did. Carmine's just gonna nod.
And then I'm gonna start.
It's not quite a not bad face, but it's getting there.
Right.
And I'm gonna head back to camp.
All right. So Carmine, you're going off to Bryn.
Yeah. Since I'm getting yelled for.
All right. So Carmine will come knocking shit out of his way, right, with a fucking firing hammer, right. So Carmine will come back, and you will find her, like, she looks all kinds of beat to fuck.
I have a regret.
And I will put the hammer on the ground so that the head is on the ground, and I will lean closer and I will say, tell me of your regrets.
I just met the man downstairs. He sent me back here to kill the other thing that I regret.
So which do you regret more? It seems you have to choose.
I still regret losing him more. I'll like stand up.
I'm paying no attention until she's answered that.
Yep.
I have paid no attention to the fact that she is bleeding profusely from everything.
Right.
So I stand up.
Yep.
Since
I am heading in that direction now. After the call out. Yeah.
What did I do to deserve this?
Carmine will freeze for a second, and he says, and then he stops, and he says, the reasons for our trials aren't evident until after our trials have been undertaken. Your meaning will come with time. And I will pull the glove, one of the chainmail gloves off my hand, and I will reach down and put my hand on the flaming metal head of my hammer.
Okay.
Because I need to petition my god because I don't have cure wounds.
All Okay, so as you're about to put your hand on the hammer, right? Now, Jonah, you know damn well that when he goes to petition his god like that he's asking for a divine favor. So you can step in and be like, actually, I got this.
I could actually help with this. You shouldn't set yourself on any more fire today.
I look up at him with like the burns and the scars on my face, and I just like tilt my head like I don't know what he's talking about. And as he enters into the clearing, I will just, after I've tilted my head, I'll just nod and I'll lean my hammer against some of the rocks. I'll put the glove back on.
All right, let me. I want to cast Cure Light Wounds.
All right. So roll it.
All right. That would be a wisdom-based roll here.
Yep.
Wish me luck.
So I'm back up to 1, right? But now I'll be back
you're up to 1.
Ooh, 10.
So on a 10, your spell goes off just fine. What are the rules for Cure Light Wounds?
That's what I was looking up. It says that at your touch, wounds, scab, and bone cease to ache. Heal an ally you touch 1d8 damage.
All right, so you can roll again if you want to keep going, like because the spell doesn't go anywhere. It's just that each cast of this. So roll me the d8.
All right.
Each cast is going to take a separate roll because you might either lose the spell, gain unwanted attention,
8,
or
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right. So Bryn is still heavily wounded though.
Yeah.
What does it look like when Fox heals somebody? When Trickster Fox.
When Trickster Fox heals somebody, what does it look like?
It looks like they're about to die, and then they're fine.
Probably
a heart
looks
attack
like,
with every heal. It's fine.
Probably looks like a couple more little vines coming up. Little. We got some growth around her. Like
okay. So you can go ahead and roll it again.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna roll one more. Let's see. I don't know if I should push my luck past that, but let's give it a go. 7.
If you ever have to question if you should push your luck, your answer should always be yes.
Do you want?
That's how I died.
Do you want unwanted attention? All right. Do you want unwanted attention, -1 forward to all spell casting, or to unprepared Cure Light Wounds?
Let's take -1 forward.
All right, go ahead and roll me the Cure Light Wounds, the healing.
Yeah.
And then would you like to do so again?
Let's see how much this heals first. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to try one more time.
All right, roll me wisdom.
No, Ken, nobody has ever told me that, but I appreciate
8.
that. I thought Matt had cornered the market on that.
Do you want to take another -1?
No, this time I'm going to take unwanted attention because I did all that bravado stuff earlier.
Yeah. No, totally. So as you go this again, right? You alone will hear on a soft breeze in the wind. You alone hear on the soft breeze in the wind. You dare channel Fox in my wood. Because if you recall, we decided that Fox and Rabbit are absolute worst enemies.
And that's another 3, so that's 12 total. 8, and then 1 and 3, yeah. I hear that, and I laugh.
Do you do it again?
Do it again! I want to see more deals with death.
Time.
One more time.
Oh
Come
God!
on, let's celebrate.
This is the opposite of like the DM asking you, "Are you sure?" This is the 12.
Yeah.
That's
You did
7.
it!
More unwanted attention, I assume.
Yes.
All right, yeah. Rabbit.
Just summon the rabbit right fucking here.
Just
We'll
like-
have rabbit stew.
You know.
And that's another 6.
6.
I think that's gonna be the last time. I
I'm
cast
19. Yeah, I'm at 19 now.
Yeah.
I have 27.
All right.
Oh no, he's rubbing his hands. Oh god.
All right. All right. Now I was gonna be like, okay, you guys run off to go find the villager.
And then I got distracted by killing all of you.
But then you got in a pissing match with Briar Rabbit himself because you're a devout follower of Fox, as
I am.
anybody from Frankville is.
Yes, I am.
I've decided
Well,
the backstory, by the way. Cajerton and Frankville were founded by two brothers.
For the record, I am, in fact, a member of Frankville.
Yeah. They were founded by two brothers who named their towns, their villages after themselves because they had a disagreement about which totem spirit to follow. And they've hated each other ever since. They're long dead. That was hundreds of years ago.
They still fucking hate each other.
So like the wind will start to kick up as you laugh and you pat her again and you channel Fox's power. Fox, for the record, is so happy with you right now. Like Fox is like,
I'm just over here like, yeah, I heard that I follow Trickster Fox. I hear you're not gonna do that anymore, are you? And I'm just like,
bitch. Like,
no self-respecting fox cows to a rabbit.
Right. So while Ryan is channeling the totem of Frankville and the totem of Cajerton is pissed. After having been fed, having his spirit changed, his totem has been altered by all of the violence and all of the fire. Right? The wind starts to kick up and storm clouds roll overhead. Annabelle is scrambling back and freaking out. What does everybody do?
I told you we should go.
I set my burning hammer down. I find a big fucking rock. I sit on the big fucking rock. And I pull out some rations and start eating.
This is no time for the munchies!
I am going to watch how this plays out because I have something in mind if it goes the way I think it's going.
I finish healing Bren, and then I'm going to start packing up because I've made it clear that we're going to leave without impediment.
Right. So as everybody is, Jonah or Carmine, please position yourself where you would like to be. Everybody,
do you really have a monk with a hammer token?
I should say impediment. I know the word.
That's awesome.
Where am
I'm not standing near Jonah.
I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right here because I'm watching. Like, this is basically the medieval equivalent of getting fucking popcorn. And I've got the hammer right next to me, and I'm just sitting here eating, just watching.
Is your hammer still on fire, by the way?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Good.
Still
Good.
going.
I said I was eating. I didn't say I was ignoring everything.
Hold on, I'm trying to make certain I do this properly. I don't know.
Oh, hi.
The trees.
This is the worst, position any of my characters have ever been in without actually dying at the end.
Right.
I'm just gonna point that out there.
Right.
Okay.
So, the trees
delicious.
bend and break, the bark snaps, the wood tears apart, the forest is being remade in the image of Briar Rabbit's rage. A huge creature of vine and wood and bark forms together from the ground, building up with huge, thick, muscular arms, tendrils at the end of it. He's got mushrooms tacked in at the top of his head, huge, sharp fangs made of sticks, and he looks down and the two vines twist around to form the rabbit's ears as he looks down at you, and he's at least 12 feet tall, and he's gonna come down, and there are no words. You know what you did. And one of his giant limbs reaches back, and with a huge vine, he's gonna whip down at you. What do?
I try to get the fuck out of the way.
Roll me defy dexterity based on dodge. Don't fuck this up, because this
Did you
is
say
boss fight now.
defy dexterity based on dodge?
Yes!
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I heard that correctly.
Define dexterity. 8.
Ooh, all right. So you do you get a basic success here, right? You're gonna dodge out of the way, okay? You're gonna make a fucking holy shit, because this tree-sized golem is just like this giant tentacle whip of plant vine hits the ground will shake, you're gonna stumble, and you're gonna start falling back directly at the campfire. Somebody else is gonna have to save you.
Oh, there's only one response I have to this.
Alright.
I fucking
tell me you watch him falling and be like,
no.
Do you regret this? Like,
no, I lean back. I should, but no, because I'm sitting here eating my rations. I lean back towards the fire, lift my leg, and I kick him towards the golem. Which is the opposite direction of the fire.
Right. So you dodge out of the way of the vine, right? And then Carmine is like, here. Right, as he like kicks you towards this thing, like, I want to see what happens. What are the others doing as all this is going down?
Okay. So
go ahead, Ryan.
this place is a place of power, right? There is
you're a place of power.
Right now, yes, it is a place of power because Briar Rabbit is manifesting.
Right. And
I already know where this is going, and it's
Carmine's hammer is still on fire, right?
Yes, Carmine's hammer is still on fire.
And there's still fire, and there's embers still in the campfire, right?
Barely, yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm a wizard.
What would you like your ritual to do?
Rightio. He's had enough of fire. So I am going to bring all the fire he can ever want.
Okay.
Just burning the forest to the ground.
I'm going to burn the forest to the ground.
Okay, so what is it that you want to happen? Because the ritual moves as a negotiation. You declare it could be anything you want, as grandiose, as big, anything. And then I'm going to tack on, based on how awesome it is, I'm going to tack on more requirements, nerfs, etc.
Basically, what I want to happen is I want to create a firestorm that is powerful enough to banish Briar Rabbit from us, to leave us alone until we get out of the forest.
Okay. You can do this. It will take time. It's going to take, it's something you could do in combat. It's not like going to take hours, right? It might take a minute or so. But what this is going to do is it's going to define the entire battle here. Because you're going to do that, and then Briar Rabbit's going to try and stop you. You're going to need three consecutive quote-unquote rounds to pull this off, right? Briar Rabbit's going to try and stop you. The party's going to have to try and stop Briar Rabbit from stopping you. Each time Briar Rabbit interrupts you, you're going to have to start the count over.
Okay. Right, so...
Do you still want to do this?
Yeah.
All right. He's like, yeah. All right. So what does the beginning of your ritual look like, Ryan?
Okay, so to begin with, I grab my dagger and I jam it into the earth. And what's going to happen then is that the ground around me is going to glow a red sort of tinge.
Yep.
And then I'm going to start chanting, to begin with, Fires of all creation, level the earth with your fury. Burn only till ashes remain, O ever-throbbing pulse of destruction. Set thy steadfast hand upon this heart. And then I'm going to... The flames from Carmine's hammer is going to start drawing away and start circling me.
All right. So the wizard now has this of fire pulling from Carmine's hammer and swirling around him. It's taking the form, the ancient beings of fire. Dragons. So you have, like, this serpentine dragon of flame, like, screeching and whipping into a fury around you, right? Briar Rabbit will turn and suddenly, like, has lost interest in Jonah because now there is something more pressing.
Oh shit, there's a wizard.
Oh shit! Geek the Mage! Briar Rabbit is going to turn and is just going to trample this. He's rushing at Ryan. What does everybody do?
The thing is huge.
Yeah.
All of the fire has been taken, huh?
I mean, you still have fire on your hammer, but he drew from the flames of the hammer to conjure the dragon.
Carmine still has fire on the hammer.
Yeah.
How far is the hammer from me? Like,
it is 1 unit away. You're basically adjacent.
Okay, I want to actually grab up the hammer and basically hurl it.
You're going to have to defy danger based on strength against Carmine.
Because Carmine's not going to want to share that.
Yeah, Carmine's not going to let him touch the hammer.
All right. So, Jonah, go ahead and roll me defy danger based on strength.
Oh, yeah, I've got a botch.
I'm not going to... Okay, I'm going to be honest. I break his wrist.
Oh, no. No, I got this. I got this. You don't even have to conflict with Jonah, right? Jonah turns around. Normally, I would say mark XP, but I don't want people to be able to buy XP. So unnatural dice aren't going to grab XP. So you're going to, like, make a grab for that hammer, right? And as soon as you turn your back on Briar Rabbit, that huge tentacle arm up and on the thundering wind, right? You hear the satisfied, like, that vengeful chuckling, like when somebody you really hate has something terrible happen to them, like. Briar Rabbit is not normally a violent creature. Something has clearly pushed him over the edge. I mean, we don't have to guess what. We know what pushed him over the edge, but he's changed, right? And so he's gonna snatch Jonah up, and he's gonna throw Jonah at Ryan.
Oh no! Critter, take the hit for me.
All right, roll me defy danger based on charisma because it's a command, I guess. To have like Critter jump in the way and try and knock you out of the way, so that you don't disturb Jonah.
Okay. Should I add any of Critter stats to that?
It's ferocity, cunning, and what?
Ferocity, cunning, and instinct is a negative. So it's ferocity and cunning.
You can totally add his ferocity to see how like fiercely he can jump to the task at hand.
So it's gonna be +2 total. 10.
You get a 10?
Yes.
All right. So Jonah, you hit the ground over here with Critter, right? And that'll be we haven't heard from Bryn yet.
So she just had an encounter with death, right?
Yep.
So she looks up and she sees Briar Rabbit here. He's going for Orion, and she sees this altercation kind of between Carmine, Critter, and all this stuff is blowing up, and she is now proceeding to pack.
I'm like, boss fight time, and half the party is like, nope.
I'm actually, now that I've seen what everybody else is going to do, I will finally do something.
Right, so Bryn
I'm just like looking at it and would see all this nonsense go down, and like, I knew we should fucking leave. Just start stuffing a tent into her backpack.
All right, so Carmine, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just like calmly set my rations down on the like near the fire where I'm hoping it's not gonna get stepped on, and I'm gonna grab the small belt off of my small hammer off my belt. I'm gonna chuck it about midpoint up the vine monster.
Yep.
And I'm going to jump up and grab it and use it to pull myself onto the top of the vine monster.
Wow, when you go epic, you just... Well, that's metal as fuck. Roll me defy danger based on dex for that feat.
Okay. Oh, I crit thanks to Andreas.
All right. So you take your hammer, you throw the hammer, then you jump up after it, grab it, and have it carry you up on top of.
No, I use it as like a climbing grapple midway up, so I pull myself off and launch myself
into the rabbit's vines and then grab it. And okay, so I was thinking like some fucking. I thought you were describing like some straight up Advent Children bullshit.
No, not the Thor jump.
No, I was thinking even worse than the Thor jump, because I thought you let go of the hammer, then jumped after it and rode it. And I was like, at no point does this physically make sense, but it's that kind of anime badassness that I occasionally expect out of Kjaer, because he's that guy. But no, this makes much more sense. So you grab the hammer, you throw it, and it'll, like, lodge into a... Rabbit doesn't even care. Whatever. A tiny hammer is stuck in my giant vines, right? And you grab it, and you're gonna hoist yourself up on top.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you still got your giant flaming hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Well, if it's a crit, would I be above the, like, would I have been able to jump?
I picture you're going full on Kratos here, where like your feet are right on this thing's shoulders, like, so its head is like right about at chest level for you. You're behind its head. The ears sticking up.
Then I'm going to bring the hammer to bear.
All right. Roll me hack and slash.
I am playing the most massive game of whack-a-mole that any person has ever seen.
Roll me hack and slash with a giant fiery hammer. An 11. Roll me damage.
I'm apparently, like...
9?
That's not 9. That's... 12. That's 14.
What's the 1d4 for?
Magic weapon.
Okay, so it's how much? 13?
Damage does get strength added on, right? I'm not crazy.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You only do straight dice.
Okay, then it is 12.
Okay, 12.
Yeah.
All right, so you come down, boom.
Plus whatever damage I get for being on a fire.
If this was the twigs or whatever, I'd add extra damage, but this thing is way bigger than your fire. Your fire is enabling you to make
puny fire.
Yeah, like you are actually you're tangoing with an actual totem. I'm not going to give extra damage for the fire right now. It doesn't give a shit about your fire. However, the wizard is about to conjure up enough fire for a totem to care about. So what is stage 2 of your ritual?
Alrighty, so the fire is swirling around now. So he takes the dagger out of the earth and he points it to the sky. And he says, "Embrace your pride and sleep for eternity. Become dust, scatter into nothingness." And then he brings the dagger down and all reality around him begins to shimmer and shift.
All right, so like the clouds overhead are like starting to like have that orange and yellow, golden, fiery glow inside of them when lightning strikes, and the red glow on the ground beneath you begins to be just not just red, but like that molten pattern of like lava breaking up through the stone, right? And the dragon starts to snarl, and you can hear it building its breath, and it starts to swirl and tighten and speed up as it's starting to encompass you as you're like chanting and calling on powers that you probably shouldn't be tampering with.
Oh well, I'm a wizard.
At this point, Briar is going to it threw Jonah. So Jonah, you're hitting the ground. Briar is gonna come for a wide slap to try and interrupt Ryan. This puts you directly in the path of fire.
Oh,
not literal fire.
Hopefully.
Okay.
What do you do, Jonah?
Fuck.
Describe what your character does, and then I'll let you know what the dice are.
Because what just happened here is I was grabbed and I was flung.
Yep.
And Critter tackled me out of the air to the ground. That's what saved me from hitting
Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan. So now I'm like rolling over and like this.
It's like you're just rolling over, and it's Briar Rabbit is doing this.
And Briar Rabbit is
arm. Right, so you got basically a tree trunk sweeping across the ground at you.
Right. And I am going to have to... I'm going to try to make it to my feet and leap. I'm going to try to clear it.
You're not even going to try and stop this thing from hitting Ryan?
I have a sword.
You want to try and cut it as it comes at you?
Absolutely, but this is going to go
Roll me
horribly.
Defy Danger based on strength, you dirty motherfucker.
Oh, God.
You can do both. You can jump and cut.
Jump and cut. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
You're a fucking ranger. If you can't backflip, we don't need you in the party. Like...
That's a phone call. That's gonna. We're gonna take that later.
Fuck off! I'm doing a backflip.
5.
No!
Or not doing a backflip.
Okay, so who wants to try and stop Ryan from being hit now? Carmine, you're sitting on top of Briar. What are you gonna do?
There's only one answer I can do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the hammer down, like off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to grab the tentacle, and I'm going to basically try and jump off and pull it with me.
Wait,
like,
so you're going to throw your hammer down in the way of the vine, and then you're going to try and suplex the thing?
Yeah, I'm going to suplex the vine.
And Bryn's just packing.
I mean,
Angrily packing.
Like, I had that, like, oh, hey, oh, oh, boom, 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 oh, hey, oh, the hammer! And then you're like, right? And the camera just cuts over to...
in her defense, like,
Fucking-
I was sitting there eating my rations at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I can't really
I have a question,
fault her.
What's up?
I do have a question. Is Rock still unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna look and see how this is going. I see Jonah fail miserably at doing whatever he's
Jonah went to backflip and come down with the sword, but, I mean, it was a valiant attempt, except for it's a giant, thick vine, so the vine just went underneath him. You managed to avoid getting hit by the vine, but then the sword got hit, and so you did, like, this fucking ragdoll, like, whack! And just, like, hit the ground.
So I'm gonna go over to Rox and I'm gonna, be like, pat her on the face. Rox, wake up. It's time to go to work.
Roll me Defy Danger based on charisma. Because she was fighting off Berserk.
11!
Whoa.
On 11, that'll be good. Okay,
She
so,
actually does it.
so I was gonna say, like, you were gonna wake her up either way, but if you failed that, she would have been like, "Rah!" and just, like, berserked at you, right? But no, like, she goes to berserk. Like, you see the green flare in her eyes, but then it's fought back by the golden root, right? And you're like, it's time to go to work. And so she's gonna yank her swords up, because the last thing she knew, she was tied up in this vine. She's gonna look over, right? And she sees this giant rampaging behemoth, and she smiles, grabs her swords off the ground, and starts running towards the fight. Carmine, roll me Defy Danger based on strength.
I have never wanted so badly to succeed, but failure is also magnificent, so I'm just...
Whoa, 13.
Oh, hell yes! Alright, so you fully succeed in this. You throw the hammer down,
Yes.
right? And then you grab the vines with the mushroom caps on top, because you're on its shoulders,
Yeah.
right? And you just yank down with all of your might as you drop down, and you're gonna fucking slam this golem, this giant vined entity, face first into the campfire, which is unfortunately not gonna set him on fire, but it's still metal as fuck. So you're gonna boom! And Ryan, you are going to finish your ritual and your rite.
So what's going to happen is that I let the dagger go. It just falls and then it vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, I who stand in the full light of the Aether, I command thee who opens the gates of hell, come forth and scorch this land. Now perish in dragon fire. This ends now.
And as you say the word now, that dragon that's been like swerving around you is going to stop and raise its head from behind you, like you are nothing but a silhouette by the bright, fiery light of the seven-headed Hydra of Hell itself. Bursts up and splits, right? And each of these heads screeches and roars, and Briar is gonna stop for a second and, like, take a fearful step back as this giant seven-headed Hydra beast made of flames is screeching the abyssal, painful screech of he who has been damned eternally to fire. And the clouds, all the lightning, the clouds burst into smoke up above the forest, and they just start raining meteors from on high. And the ground is shaking. The forest is lighting up all around you. And as Briar Rabbit takes another step back, Jonah, what were you saying?
I am like curled almost in a ball down on the ground, but I'm going, tell you.
Briar Rabbit is taking a step back. Carmine, you're just grabbing your hammer off the ground. Rox has snapped up into action. She jumps up and plugs both of her swords into where the eyes of the beast would be, and has her feet squarely planted on its pecs. And she says, "Go! Get out of here!" What do you guys do?
I want to get out.
I'm getting out.
It sounds like a great plan. Flee!
I'm gonna
Does
look
the wizard
over.
still need protecting? Or is his ritual complete?
Ryan is done with the ritual.
Okay, good. Then yes, let's leave.
I'm gonna look over at Ryan and I'm gonna say, how much control do you have over that fire?
I'll shrug.
The wizard is like, control?
Now, just to be clear, this is like the horizon to horizon level of fire, right?
For what you can tell, it's not it's a localized flame in the area and it's not enough to burn the whole wood to the ground because it's like 4-day journey across the Briarwood. But for this area, it is.
I'm not gonna be able to outrun it though, right? Like,
not really, but it will cover your escape. Bryn seems intent on heading. Are you heading north, south, east, or west to escape? You're literally in the middle of the forest, so.
I think we needed to go west. Did we know? Is that our original intention? We were going west.
West is the Orcish tribes.
That's where Gorm was. That's where I wanted to go.
That's where Gorm is riding Orcus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm running towards.
All right.
Well, I guess I'm going to follow Bryn, but before I go...
I'm going to look at Ryan then and say, wait, is this enough to destroy Briar Rabbit? I don't fucking know wizard shit.
Is it enough to kill him?
Roll me spout lore.
That's, what, intelligence, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Rolling.
When you rack your mind to call on everything you know. So you can ask 3 questions from the spout lore list. I think is how that works. No, it's discern realities. Spout lore is it's you get a useful piece of information about what's going on. On a 10+ DM will give you something interesting and useful about the subject or relevant to your situation. Briar Rabbit will be burned to ash by the time this is done. This is way too much fire for him. But totem spirits don't actually die. They reform anew after a long time.
He'll be gone for a very, very long time. Not many creatures can survive this kind of hellfire.
All right. And Rox says that she's going to stay.
Yeah.
I will look at Rox and I will say, I'll keep you company. And I'll sit back down to my rock, pick my rations back up, and go back to eating.
Ooh, I know why you did that.
Well, I looked at everyone else and I'm like, looks like we took care of that rabbit problem.
As I'm running, like leaving the camp, I'll like look at Carmen and be like, "You're gonna regret that."
All right,
sticking around and eating.
As everybody is running out, I'm gonna wrap this up. Rox with the fire is gonna have no problem bringing down the golem that Briar Rabbit is. She will actually very deftly and with a lot of skill, very acrobatically, like she's going full fucking like Kratos / Assassin's Creed bullshit. Like she's climbing all over this motherfucker, yanking her sword out, cutting key pieces out. She knows exactly what she's doing. This is not the first time she has fought a foe so huge. As a matter of fact, Carmine, if you had to guess, you'd say she'd fought cave trolls before. Judging by the way that she's just, like, climbing all over things. But she will eventually bring him down, and he will be finished by a meteor that crashes into the ground. At which point, whether or not you like it, Carmine is picking you up and running out with you. Because her intention was only to buy you guys the time to escape.
No, once she's done, I'm going with her.
All right. So she will pull Annabelle, and she will pull... she'll pull Annabelle out, as you guys go, and you can have her back as you're basically following in Bryn's path. Between the ranger cutting things down with his sword, the wizard like blasting things out of his way, and Bryn kind of like darting off towards the orcish tribes to the west, you will eventually reach the edge of Briarwood. And that's where we're going to close as you guys strike up camp.
Carmine and Rox will come in a little late.
So what we're going to do here is, who wants to roll the loot that you guys managed to collect from both the village and
I know that
this?
Frank's not going to.
Yeah.
Or me.
So I think Sis and I should.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to put the new guy through the ringer?
I want Sis to have first honors, and I'll roll.
All right.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
So the first thing you're gonna roll is I'm gonna let you roll the loot for Briar Rabbit that that Rox will have brought with her, like the stuff that he formed around the valuables that made like the heart and beating soul of that final golem. And you are going to roll.
I'll have helped her loot it, if that's what she was doing.
Okay, so where is my treasure rules? Jimmy, here we go. Treasure. So, it was definitely magical. It was definitely divine.
I don't reckon anything if it wasn't magical, it wouldn't survive that.
Right. So it was divine, it was magical, and it was a lord over others, and ancient and noteworthy. So this is going to be a big roll. You're going to roll me 2d8, you're going to take the worst one.
Aww.
But then you're going to add 2d4 to whatever that is.
Right, so I take the 6.
Take the 6, now roll me 2d4.
Seven plus 6.
Yeah, 13.
13. Alright, so she will have looted a large... Okay, so now roll me 4d4. Damn. So, that golem was formed around a precious crystal that is so big it takes up a whole weight slot. It is brown and green veins running through its cloudy, not quite transparent form.
Sarah is taking notes, right?
Why am I the note taker?
Because you took the note taker first, and
you did take
yeah,
the
but
last
then
loop.
Grant took the notes for the
No, he didn't.
world stuff. Yeah, for the last two.
Well, yeah, for the
sessions or
GMing stuff
sessions.
because I need like that.
Okay, fuck's sake. What are we
well,
picking
I
up?
need to know these things.
It is
Then write them down!
It is a 2-foot, 6-inch wide, like a round, crystal, brown and green.
2 foot, 6-inch wide, brown and green crystal.
Worth 1,200 coins.
Worth 1,200 coins. Okay.
Kjaer,
Yes.
you're gonna roll me D10 plus 1 D4.
Average roll-ish. 6.
Okay. You get useful information.
Okay.
Finally, oh, they weren't planar. They were just magical and divine. Okay, so, you will also, find Sis.
Yes.
Just in the palm of your hand after you escape, right? You will find a small pendant. You don't remember picking it up. It is the rough carving, the rough 3-dimensional carving of a little figurine of a rabbit. And on either side of it is the symbol for fire etched in. This item is divine, meaning it actually carries significance with the gods and the totems.
Pendant of fiery things, you said?
It's a rabbit with fiery symbols on either side.
Rabbit, pendant, fiery symbols on either side. Has weight with gods. Yeah.
Finally, each of you will wind up like just picking off of yourself as you're going along a length of vegetation. These will heal you for not 1d10 but 10 HP. They're effectively a healing potion if you eat them.
Heals for 10 HP. Okay.
And that's what you got collectively from having destroyed from whatever you could rescue from the village, plus whatever rocks managed to pull out of the corpse of the golem as it was falling apart. Collectively, that's what everybody had, except for the thing that manifested itself in his hand. He was the one who killed Briar Rabbit, so he gets the mark of I have killed a totem.
I am the totem slayer.
I'm gonna presume that we're gonna have that gem and not the gold for it for a while, right?
It depends on if you can find a place to sell it.
That's what I mean. Like, that's not gonna be a downtime thing.
You're gonna have to. I mean, unless you guys decide to hit like a civilized part in the human cultures, where you know there are merchants. Otherwise, you're gonna have to find a way in the Orcish tribes to not be eaten. If you can manage to get by in the savage realms of the Orcish territories, then you could probably exchange it for some coins.
I feel like I kind of want to go get, like, I will mention this as we get out of the forest, or when we get out, or whatever. I'm going to be like, I really don't want to carry this into the Orcish tribes.
The useful information that you got, Kajer. No, that's not that. That's not it. So here's the deal. As you clear the forest, right, it comes up to a hill, and you can actually see over the forest, and you have a very nice, clear view of both the Orcish lands and the human empire. All around the borders of the human empire, you can see the effects of the virus rapidly spreading. Through the Orc lands, you can see the signs of war both building and waged. The Orc tribes are being slaughtered by Orcus. Now, you actually know more about Orcs than anybody else in the group, because your goddess actually has some overlap with some of them. Mm-hmm. When an Orc dies, 2 more take its place. It takes them some time to grow. But slaughtering the Orcish tribes... Slaughtering the Orcish tribes is only going to cause them to multiply. They're much like 40k Hammer orcs, where they release spores into the air. And he doesn't seem to have a direction or pick a tribe to kill. He's just killing anything he can get his hands on. The orcs are going to multiply. The human lands are being ravaged by the bone grinder virus. You know this isn't over yet, but you know by the time it is over, no matter what happens, this land will never be the same. And on that note, we're going to kill the session there. We're going to chalk up XP. Did you defeat a notable enemy? Yes. You guys took down Briar Rabbit. Mark a point of XP.
I'm level 3.
Whoa.
Did you loot something of significance?
Yes.
One of you took a totem killing mark. That'll be important down the line. The totems will know that for what it is.
Question.
What's up?
When you gain a level, the amount of XP that you have to earn for the next level goes up, right?
Level plus 1. Level plus 7 is the new...
Level plus 7.
Level plus 7 is the new mark.
Okay.
And it's your current level plus 7.
Yeah. Got it.
So then we've looted a significant treasure. We've killed a notable enemy. Did we learn anything new about the world? New and interesting.
Well, the orcs becoming 2, like kill an orc. Did we didn't know that before, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, because I told you remember they don't breed the way
that's right, they don't breed. That's actually
yeah, you told us about the infection, but you didn't tell us that they produce 2 every time they die.
Yeah, because I think I learned that they didn't breed normally on one of my rolls.
Okay, so because we now know that the orcs are multiplying. We know that the virus is spreading through the world.
Well, we also know that you can't kill a totem.
We also know that we know now that you can't kill a totem. We also know that something had changed prior.
Yeah, we know that totems respond to whatever changes go on in their sacred territories. We know that link exists. There's two ways. And we also know that Death does not appreciate Grokthar holding Gorm from him. All right, so yeah, we learned something interesting about the world. Mark a point of XP. Each of you, I will go around the list. These discussions are supposed to be two ways. So we'll start with Sis. We'll start with Ryan. Ryan, do you feel that your bonds, any of your bonds, have changed?
I still feel that Bryn has an important role to play in the events to come.
Oh, you don't say.
So it's more like, oh yeah, no shit.
Right.
And I've implied that Jonah is keeping the secret from me, but I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, it's a secret.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
now remember, his secret can still be kept from you, right? But if you feel that the events of this session have actually changed how your character felt and the relationship is undergoing a change, you can claim that and change that bond. It won't write out the secret. You can still keep playing the secret out.
I suppose at this point the secret's no longer important.
There are bigger things afoot.
There are bigger things happening.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that bond, we're going to cross it out, and we're going to replace it with something new. The new replacement is going to be, this happened, I feel X about it, and I plan on doing Y about it. So what happened here that is bigger?
Alrighty. Well, we kill a totem, so that's something big.
Jonah assisted you in bringing down Briar Rabbit. How do you feel about that?
Feel quite good about it, actually.
You like that? All right.
I suppose it feels like I've actually accomplished something. More like, rather than I feel good about it, I feel like I've accomplished something.
All right. And what do you plan on doing about the fact that Jonah helped you accomplish something? Do you owe him, or are you going to put efforts into not being so hostile?
I feel like I should probably put an effort in not being so hostile towards him, and perhaps even assist him with perhaps a goal that he has in mind.
So now you owe him, and you're going to try and make that up to him. You're going to try and make the exchange equal. Is that cool with you, Jonah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you've changed at least one bond. You're going to mark a point of experience. Do any of your other bonds feel like they should be changed?
I suppose this one doesn't really make sense. Carmine is woefully misinformed about the world, and I will teach them all that I can. So
well, I mean, it could make sense. You did watch him set himself on fire.
If Sis feels that doesn't accurately tie to the play, he can change that. What's up?
He doesn't know wizard shit.
I suppose that's true. It's like, you don't know about wizards. Let me teach you about wizard, boy.
Well, there's really only one wizard. He doesn't know about magic. He understands the gods.
You're right, there is only one wizard, but he's not in this campaign.
Ways of your own!
Should ask Steph about what happened to Yuri.
The best quote that has ever been had.
All right. But do you feel that there were events this session that actually kind of like set the tone between you and
Carmine?
You and Carmine that you would prefer to have as your bond?
Given what he had done and what he's been doing, I feel that he's a danger to himself. That's
All right. So
I feel like I should probably.
Are you both? Do you both have that for each other now? Is that?
Yeah.
All right. So Carmine displayed a lot of like danger to himself there, and you need to keep an eye on him because he'll be the end of himself. Is that it?
By example, he set himself on fire.
You only saw him trying to do it once.
All right, so remember the bond. You write down your bond. The bond is, this happened. I feel X about that. I'm going to do Y about that. Write that down. And do you have any bonds with Bryn that have mattered, or do you think that they have changed? You guys didn't really work together much this session.
No, we didn't.
No, and like our bond, my bond for him is Ryan has my back when things go wrong. That was the leftover one from the original bonds, and like I don't know.
He didn't really have the opportunity to do that though, so it's not like he went against that.
No, but I have no impetus for him to even have a bond like that. You know, like there's been nothing to say. Like, why would I just choose a random villager, given how I feel about villagers, and be like, hey, this one though has my back. I mean, I guess he sort of demonstrated that he did.
Have you crossed paths before? Maybe. Is there a backstory there? Did he once lie to the watch so that you could escape?
That's possible. Maybe he also, maybe he was the one who needed whatever item I stole from Carmine. I sold it to him.
All right. So Bryn has worked from you before, and you don't know that it came from Carmine. We still don't know what the item is. That'll be relevant one day.
She had something that I needed, and she...
Like, Chris is going to be like, I pulled out my ancient relic and use it, but I botched. I'm going to be like, it's not there! Like...
Well, I was thinking now we could figure out that maybe it's a similar pendant to the rabbit pendant that we found was actually what I stole from you.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So, but whatever it is you stole it for the wizard.
Stole it for the wizard,
and that's why he has your back, because you've done business before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So your bonds can basically you're correct.
You're such a robot.
You're correctly. So the wizard and the rogue are gonna keep their bonds as they are?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Carmine.
Don't forget you need to do alignment for Ryan.
What is Ryan's alignment?
Good. Use magic to directly aid another.
Sorry.
You did. You actually did. Not with the fire at the end, but you actually jumped to Jonah's defense. The wizard jumped into melee to protect the ranger.
What?
Yeah, definitely take your alignment XP. You only get so we're gonna jump over to Carmine. Carmine, alignment?
Lawful. Endanger yourself to follow the precepts of your church or god.
You were going to, but you were stopped by Jonah, but that doesn't mean you didn't do it. You did endanger yourself. You're gonna set yourself on fire for that. So take your point of XP. As you're gonna like burn your hand for the suffering that would let you speak to Verbena herself. So mark your alignment XP. Do you have any bonds that you want to change?
I actually still like Jonah as a good and faithful person, and I trust them.
Okay.
I still think that's strong. I'm no longer working on converting Bryn to my faith. At this point, I actually want to. I want to keep watching Bryn, and I want to help her fix her regrets.
Okay. So
interesting.
Bryn has shown that she will evolve.
Yeah.
I find this fascinating, and I will help her. Or something along those lines. You know what you're doing. And mark your XP for having changed the bond. Do any of the other bonds need to change? You won't get bonus XP for changing.
Yeah, I'm actually going to change the one with Ryan, because, like, Carmine was really impressed with that ritual. Like, he knows nothing about magic, but he's like, dude, you just burned a totem to the ground. A+.
Like...
I think the way that my bonds are written, I need to change the way that they're written so that they can have a completion, because I stole something from Carmine. Like, yeah, that's a thing that happened, but there's nothing to resolve that.
Well, okay, so what they mean by resolve is that when that story, which is started with the concept of you stealing, when it advances to a new stage. That's a chance for you to improv whatever's going on to move that story forward, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, basically, when that arc hits its next beat.
One of my bonds, too, is I will save Gorm as he once saved me, but I feel like that has shifted now based on my conversation with Death.
Mm-hmm.
But also not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the idea your character's plan is to be like, fuck you, Death, I'm going to save Grom anyways.
I'm going to save Gorm and die instead, basically. Yeah.
So I will say, that bond has changed, and it will be...
I will sacrifice myself to save Gorm.
I will sacrifice myself to save Gorm from death.
I like that.
And sweet. Mark your bond XP.
Yep.
And Jonah.
Yes.
Come around to you. Did you hit your alignment?
I think so.
I don't think Bryn hit her alignment, did she? You didn't do much infiltrating there.
No.
You basically
Which
got shit on the whole
I
session.
fucked up. Like, I totally forgot that I had fucking moves at the beginning of that fight, which would have changed everything.
Yep.
But that's whatever it is.
This is going to be a GM call here.
Okay.
Because my alignment is endanger yourself to combat an unnatural threat, and a totem is a very natural thing.
A totem is a very natural thing. I'm willing to give it to you on the grounds that Briar Rabbit had been corrupted by what's been going on, and so I can totally call that an unnatural threat. I'm
okay. Yeah. And as far as bonds, I'm going to be changing 2 of them.
You're going to get 1 XP for changing them, but what 2 bonds are you going to change?
Okay, so Ryan's was that he has no respect for nature, and I have no respect for him. Ryan's has changed to... Ryan's has changed to... Ryan has no respect for nature, but not all of nature is due respect. Together we will draw that line.
Nice! I dig it.
And Carmine's has changed as well. Carmine's was that Carmine is wise in the ways in the world. I can trust his judgment.
Yep.
And his change too. Carmine has changed since we last met. I'm not sure I can predict everything he will do. I will keep a close eye on his actions.
So basically, oh yeah, this was a Chris character just happened.
Hey, shut up! You shut your whore face!
All right, so everybody's marked all their XP. Everybody got their alignments, their bonds. We looted something, we learned something, we killed something. So you guys got max XP this session.
I got 1 beat. Does it take? It takes.
It takes 3 beats.
It takes 3. Okay.
And beats carry over from session to session, right? So does anybody level up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're level 3 now, Jonah?
Yes.
All right. So we'll start with Sarah. What are you choosing for your stat increase, and what's your advanced move?
I get 1 point of stat increase, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to choose. I'm going to take a point of strength because I do roll hack and slash on occasion. And my next move. Hold on, I gotta look at the moves.
The one for Bryn is Bryn has been touched by Verbena, and this interests me. I will help her on her turn.
My next move is gonna be now. That's I can choose any from advanced moves, right? Yeah,
it has to be from the level 2 to 5 advanced moves.
Okay,
you take 1.
When using a precise or hand weapon, your backstab deals an extra 1d6 damage. I think I'm gonna take that one.
All right.
From infiltrator to assassin.
Too bad I've never used backstab this whole fucking time.
It's because every time you try and sneak up on something with the intent to backstab it, you fuck up the roll.
Yeah,
the dice are just like nah. All right, and then we have Jonah.
I'm gonna be taking 1 to strength as well.
All right. And what about your advanced move?
My advanced move, I think, is going to actually be man's best friend.
Okay.
When you allow your animal companion to take a blow that was meant for you, the damage is negated and your animal companion's ferocity becomes 0. If the ferocity is already 0, you can't use this ability. When you have a few hours of rest with your animal companion, its ferocity returns to normal.
All right, so it's basically it can take 1 hit and be wounded.
Yeah. Until
you rest. All right. Carmine, do you level?
No, I'm 1 XP short. I'm 8 out of 9.
All right, and then the wizard Ryan. No level.
It is the one problem with passing all of your rolls.
No, I don't level at all.
All right. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Oh no.
No.
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
EST. Like what?
No.
We will have something new, something shiny. Tune in to find out what it is. And then Saturday morning, 10 a.m. EST, we have Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Out of the Abyss. The party has been playing for a year. We've just got to Chapter 4, and we're almost level 5. There's so much role-playing that goes on in that game. It is insane. In answer to your Like 82's question about suds, suds are used when we run giveaways. Suds are used when we, like in the Scrubvolution, the minigames, I'll use suds in the chat. Suds are our bot currency. You get, basically, what it does is it takes the amount of suds you would have gotten if you had donated that much, rounds it up, and then gives you that much, so it's as if you had donated.
How much experience did everyone get? Sorry, for the at the end point. My brain just fucked up math.
We got 5. Everybody got 5 plus whatever.
5. Okay, that was the number I was looking for.
So tune in tomorrow. I'll see you guys live on the internet.
Yay!
Adios, amigos!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I want to be cis when I grow up.